Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on a cheeseburger macaroni skillet meal. It's supposed to be a one pot, but I kind of, did it my own way. So we're gonna work on that. I browned some ground beef with some onion, and I've already drained it. I went ahead and cooked my elbow macaroni in some chicken broth. So I got that done. You're gonna want that cooked to al dente. And now it's time to add our spices. And it's literally gonna take just a few minutes. So let's get that going. Instead of fresh garlic, I'm just gonna throw in some garlic powder. 2 teaspoons should be enough. You need a tablespoon of chili powder. That's a tablespoon. So it's about a tablespoon. There we go. Some paprika. You need about a half a teaspoon of that. Been a little too much. All right, and if you want red pepper flakes, you can put that in, but I'm gonna leave it out. Okay. Now, when you drain your macaroni, why don't you need to reserve some of the broth off of that to add it into this, because I did not follow the recipe completely. We may need it. So you need to reserve that as much as you can. I need to try to just check, make sure. All right. So you need 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and I use the tomato paste that you can get in the tube. I have ordered off of Amazon, but you can't get it in the grocery store. And you need to add to this a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So that's what I did here. Can y'all see that? Yeah. I'm just going to mix it together. And then we're going to throw it in the pan. Two tablespoons tomato paste, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Mix it together. Okay. Now, I'm going to spoon the macaroni in here so I can reserve my broth. You don't have to use broth, but it does kind of help flavor everything. It's just chicken. It's just chicken bouillon. I just threw a chicken bouillon in the water with the macaroni and cooked it. All right, we're gonna pour some of this on. I'm going to turn my heat back on. Now I'm going to stir this up. Poured about a half a cup to a cup's worth of broth. Just use your best judgment. Of course, you can go by the recipe and cook it that way. This reminds me a lot of goulash, but goulash, or my goulash, does not have cheese in it, and this will have cheese in it. This is just a really good budget recipe. If you're cooking on a budget these days, you're going to need a lot of recipes like this to just get through inflation and everything that's going on with that. Hamburger meat's very versatile, so is chicken. So you're going to see a lot more recipes like this around because people are trying to feed their families. My channel specifically, I try to do everything on a budget, and I try to change recipes to fit either our lifestyle or our tastes, because some recipes are just, you know, it's just too much stuff that you need to add that you're never going to use again. So I try really hard not to pick recipes like that, and if I do, I will try to come up with some kind of substitute. So if you see something in one of my recipes and you're just like, I don't know about having to buy that, that's just too expensive, send me a message or comment below and I'll try to get back to you with a substitute. Alright, so this is not really saucy, but it's wet, so it's not dry anymore. I'm going to probably go ahead and add just a little bit more broth because we're going to add our cheeses and get that going. We are down to, I think that's everything. Yeah. So the only thing left to do is add our cream cheese and our cheddar. So I want to heat this up just a little bit and make sure we're good and hot so all that melts. We'll go ahead and add the rest of that. It's good to keep your pasta water because that will help the thickness of the sauce and stuff like that. It just helps that starch gets in there and it just kind of helps thicken it. So it is a little bit, just a teeny bit soupy right this second, but I'm going to add some cheese and stuff like that, and that should be able to either absorb it or it'll all come together. But make sure when you take your pasta and throw it in, if you're going to do how I did it, cook it separately, you need to make sure it's al dente because it's going to sit here and soak up all this sauce and stuff. Okay. I'm going to add, I softened up 4 ounces of cream cheese. And we'll put it in here while it's still trying to warm. And 4 ounces is not really that much. So shouldn't be able to tell too much it's even in here because this is a good size meal. Alright. And then we're going to stir in our cheddar. Make sure all of this cream cheese is melted, and it has. Just make sure, if you're concerned, just stick it in the microwave for like 30 seconds and it'll soften it enough for you to add it without any issues. Alright, and we're going to need 2 cups of cheddar. And I'm just going to stir that in, and it is still on the burner. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. I'm going to stir it in, and then I'm just going to put my lid on it, and I'm going to let it finish melting. But this is it, y'all. This is a cheeseburger macaroni skillet dish. A lot like a hamburger helper, but it's ingredients that we all know and love and use, so you shouldn't have any issues trying to find those. Okay, so the cheddar is mixed in, and I'm going to put a lid on this and let it finish melting all by itself. I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. We're all done. It turned out great. Because I cooked the macaroni al dente, we don't have a problem with it soaking up too much liquid or anything like that. It's still holding its shape, so that's good. It tastes fine. You may want to put a little bit of salt and pepper in there because I forgot. But as far as that goes, we're all done and we're ready. Great budget meal. And you really need to add this to your weekly rotation because it's going to be really good and taste really great. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.
That will make sense. I wish I would